Alright everybody, we've got some after stuff. Learned a little bit more about the product, and that was the intention of doing some pieces tonight. I started off with the original activator, and I'll show you that here soon, but when I sprayed this the first time it was much warmer out and it had some peel. But I was able to work with it a little bit. I never added any reducer, which I think I'm going to have to do in the future. Everything that's here, if it doesn't look good enough and I have to redo it, it's not a big deal. But I think these two pieces will survive. This is Eastwood's single stage hot rod satin black, or hot rod satin whatever they call it, but it's satin black. Single stage urethane, and it's starting to flash now. I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up on the camera or not. It's still quite a bit more peely than I like to see, but once this gets to its intended sheen, I think it'll be okay. I really hogged it on here to get it to be that good. The first coat I used the 70 and below degree, and then the second coat I used the 80 degree or 70 to 80 degree and above. A slower reducer, basically. Much better results with the slower reducer, and you'll be able to see that much better on the windshield frame. I mean, it actually flowed too much. But that screw is never going to come out, so we'll be okay. But this is right underneath the light, so we're getting a good representation of the peel, I think. And it is starting to flash. This stuff flashes really quick. Oh, it's 62 degrees in here right now. And I used the 80 degree plus, a slow reducer, and this stuff is already, I mean, I sprayed this 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. So a slow reducer is absolutely required. I did the firewall and the dash as well, and had mixed results as well. Probably kind of hard to see this. No runs that I can tell. Grab the flashlight here. Sorry for the shaky cam. I don't know if you can see this any better. Really hard to tell. Black just sucks that light right up. It looks okay. It's actually looking better now that it's kind of starting to flash. It's real hard to tell. Now this is all going to get painted again anyways. This was just basically a test panel, and to get it cut in for when it's on the frame. So that's okay. The dash I had to run in, and I actually brushed it out like I do with my primer. You can see it maybe a little bit, and I think it'll be hidden enough by the upper dash panel they're not going to see it. It's still peelier than I like, and if Randy's not happy with it, then I'll just buzz it back down and I'll respray it. I just thought I might as well take a shot at it and practice a little bit. I'll show you the other side. There's a little hanger over there I just noticed. No, okay, we're good. You can kind of see the peel there in the light, but the dash was extremely pitted anyways, and not that that's an excuse to have orange peel, but had I chose my slower reducer from the get-go, I don't think I would have had to work so hard to get this to look good, and would not have had any runs as a result. So final paint, it will have slow reducer, and I might even have to add some extra reducer, I should say a slow activator. So here's the products. This is my first coat. Was medium speed, 70 to 80 degrees, which it is not. When I sprayed it the first time it was, and it did lay out better. that may have just been by chance. Okay, this is what the final coat is in. Slow speed, 80 to 90 degrees. Slow speed. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to use the slow and maybe give it a splash of urethane reducer. Just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit, there's no turning back now, obviously, but what I might do is once the doors are prepped, what I might do is just hang one and go ahead and just paint one and use it as a test panel, and then just, you know, scuff it back down when it comes to time for final paint. It won't make any difference. It's not going to hurt anything. So we'll see. I mean, this stuff is really starting to flash already. There's not really that great airflow in here, but I don't know. I did have the heat on for a little bit just to take the chill out before I started painting and get some heat on the firewall here, and that did help. You know, and the conditions are going to be completely different when I paint this in the booth anyways. I mean, I'll be able to dial my temperature in, you know, where I want it, and when I'm done spraying, I can crank the heat, and I shouldn't have. One thing I am going to try tomorrow is I'm gonna do some taping on this firewall in an area that is going to get resprayed anyways, and see if it tape tracks at all. So then that'll tell me how soon I can tape on the outer body to spray the inner body with bed liner without leaving any tape tracking, because I can't buff this stuff. It is what it is. I am happy with how clean it came out, which makes me think maybe I could paint it in here, but I really don't want to. The lighting isn't great, and I don't want to do it twice. So, and it's a product I'm unfamiliar with, so I want to have the best opportunity to make it look right as possible. So a spray booth with lighting and heat and ventilation is going to be the way to go. Like I said earlier, if Randy is not happy with any of these results, I simply just have to buzz them back down and I'll spray them with the car, with the rest of it. It's not a big deal. The grill shell and the headlights are the only things that are finished, painted, and done on the chassis. So when the chassis gets here on Sunday, that'll be a good comparison time to take a piece out to that radiator shell and just look at the difference in the peel. And if it, you know, this product is created for the DIY guy who's on a budget and maybe not super paint knowledgeable. So I'm thinking it's all going to pan out just fine. In hindsight, maybe I should be doing this in base coat with a satin clear. Still can't buff it, so just more product to buy. So we'll roll the dice. I think we'll be fine. But I'll give you another look here as things are starting to kind of flash. I mean, this thing is, I mean, that's like, I'm pushing on that and it's not leaving a fingerprint, hardly. So I'm thinking this will be tapeable. I probably will turn the heat on just a little bit tonight. Let's keep it on low maybe. Another thing to see is, because I hogged this on so much, I'm curious to see if it will solvent pop or pinch, shrink a little bit. If it does, I'll respray it. It's already the second time around for that dash panel. First time I had a run in it. Shocker. Okay, I am going to shut things down here for the night, and I'll bring you back tomorrow with an update on everything. So, we'll see you next time. Thank you. We'll see ya. See ya? Our voice is cracked. Must need a beer.